Hey everybody, Graham here from therecordingrevolution.com, and today we're going to get back into doing some tutorials. I'm going to look at compressing guitars. I want to show you two ways I like to compress guitars: lead guitars, how to get those to sound fat and in your face, and then rhythm guitars, namely acoustic guitars in this video, how to get them to punch and jump out of the speakers, and how we're going to use the same compressor with just a slightly different attack setting to get two different results. This is what's really cool about compression, is they can do multiple different things. So here I've got a lead guitar part over two acoustics, kind of playing a bridge of a song. Take a listen. All right, I'm going to address both the electric and the acoustics very differently to do two different things. Let's look just at the electric. I'm going to pull up a compressor here. I'm just going to use a stock compressor in Pro Tools, and if you're in a different DAW, these settings, although the image might look a little different, these settings are going to be identical. But today I want to zero in on the attack setting and how helpful it can be. With the lead guitar, a lot of times what I like to do is I like to reduce the initial peaks of some of the louder hits, because sometimes if a lead guitar player is hitting a riff, he's moving around a lot and he might not pluck some notes as hard as he plucks other notes. But in a studio recording, you really want that lead guitar riff, every note, to be just as full as the last note. And what we do to achieve this is to turn down the loud plucks and then bring up the overall volume of all his guitar parts so that the quieter plucks, the ones he missed a little bit, the ones that don't have as much drive on them or he didn't strum the same way, it gives them a chance to be right up front with everything else. And the result is a fat lead guitar tone. We'll do this with a faster attack setting, which means it's telling the compressor to turn on faster, clamp down faster, which means it will catch some of the peaks a little bit. So what I'm going to do is press play. I'm going to dial the fast attack down a little bit here, so it's a little bit faster. And I'm going to adjust the threshold, which is how soon I want the compressor to kick in, or what volume, so that I'm seeing probably, -6 dB of gain reduction or so. So let's take a listen. So you can see how it turned down my guitar part. Listen to it without the compressor. Yeah, the compressor, it turned it down. It compressed. So I'm turning down whatever these peaks are on average of -6 dB. It's catching those peaks with that fast attack. But what that allows us to do is to use the makeup gain, or the gain knob here, to now turn up everything that's going through the compressor. It's not going to turn up everything relative like a normalizer will. It's really evening out the performance, and now I can turn everything back up a little bit. I'm going to try to match the output level to where the input was. Alright, so all I did was get the volume back up to where it was, but it's going to sound different than before. Take a listen to what's going on with and without the compression. I'm going to jump to the part where he's a little more aggressive. Let's do it without compression first, and then I'm going to kick in the compressor. More aggressive, more in your face, same volume, perceived volume, but it's the guitar, every note is trying to push out at you like it's this really thick, overdriven lead part. Again, let's listen to it with and without. Here's without. There you have it, using a fast attack to really squash down and really enhance the lead guitar part with just bringing the gain back up to where it was. So what we're going to do now is take that same compressor plug-in and use it on the acoustic guitars to do something totally different though. I'm going to literally copy this plug-in to the acoustic, and now select it. I'm going to go back to the factory default, so we're back to default settings. And I'm just going to pull up one of the acoustic guitars here. and I'm just listening to it up the center soloed. And what I'm going to do with the acoustic is kind of how the factory default has it here. I'm going to stick with a slower attack, which is going to allow the peaks of the acoustic guitar to still come through, right? The strums of the acoustic guitar, because those are excellent. I just wanted the compressor to then come in and compress and bring up the volume of everything else a little bit past it. What it's going to do is keep the aggression and keep the energy of the strumming intact, and it might just push the acoustics out of the speaker a little bit more. Let's take a listen here. All right, I'm going to turn up the makeup gain a little bit to match the input level. All right, let's take a listen to before and after on one acoustic. Here's no compression. Real subtle, but what it's doing is pushing the guitar out a little bit more. We'll hear it better when we throw the same compressor now on the other acoustic, the double, since they are the same part and they go together. Let's listen to them together with and without compression. You get that? Real subtle, right? It's just bringing out the aggression of the acoustic guitar. So let's pull it all together. Here is the lead and the acoustics with the two different types of compression. Remember, the lead has the faster attack, kind of squeezing it all together, and the acoustics have the slower attack, letting the transients come through. So I'm going to go no compression on everything and bring in the compression. There you have it. Compression on guitars, fast attack, slow attack. They can do two different things and they get you a wildly different result. Super helpful. Hope that helps you guys. Again, this is Graham at therecordingrevolution.com. Thanks for your time. Appreciate you checking out the video. We'll see you on another one soon.